In 2010, in recognition of Everett's growing arts scene, the Cultural Arts Commission created the Mayor's Arts Awards to honor arts organizations, arts educators, artists in the community, and young artists who demonstrate commitment to the Everett arts community. To present the Young Artist Award tonight, please welcome Cultural Arts Commissioner Stephen Graham.
Since then, these guys have had a huge 2014. They've performed on the main stage at the Macefield Music Festival in Ballard. They performed on the main stage at the Timber Music Festival and took part in our Fisherman's Village Music Festival right here in downtown Everett. This is not the first award that Fauna Shade has actually received this year. Every year, the Seattle Weekly releases their Best of Seattle list, and this year we were kind of surprised to see that they created a new category, Best Band from Everett.
Like before the Everett Music Initiative came to town, we were just kind of, I don't know, there was nothing really to be a part of, but we've been welcomed into that family, and it's very strange to be a part of something that's going on here in Everett. It's, I don't know, we never saw it coming, but it's kind of surreal now that it's a thing.
Yeah, the family of Everett Music Initiative, it's not only bringing music together, it's also bringing people together, so.
Yeah, it's cool to see.
We have a new category, the category of an organization making a difference in the arts. We recognize the Everett Film Festival. In 1997, Annie Lyman and a half dozen others decided to start a film festival in Everett. Specifically, it would be films by or about women.
Hi, everyone. How does something begin, an organization? How does a seed happen? How did the women's book club start? How does the Imagine Museum start? Usually it's somebody who has a seed of a thought or an idea. And that's how the Everett Women's Film Festival started. You know, we always do our New Year's resolutions. We were going around the table and they said, well, what are you going to do? And I said, well, we are going to start a film festival in Everett. And they all, jaws dropped, and had Eileen Simmons and Carolyn Powell, Teresa Shahadis, and Teresa Henderson, the Teresas. So they've carried on, and I have to say, the group that's now is so dynamic. A lot of new people have come in.
The founding members of the Everett Women's Book Club is evidence number one. Founded in 1894 by an indomitable group of women to further art, beauty, literature, and high fashion in the bustling city of Everett. The city quickly became a center for theater and the performing arts. In 1901, the Historic Theater opened on Colby and hosted the likes of Al Jolson, Helen Keller, and John Barrymore. Quickly growing from citizen demand, a theater district formed to house films, dance, music, theater, even an opera house on Wetmore. And by the outbreak of the First World War, more than 30 theaters existed downtown. The years that followed, arts organization multiplied and flourished. Should I name a few? The Everett Symphony, Ole's Dance Studio, the Everett Chorale, the Community Concert Series, Betty Spooner's School of Dance, the Women's Film Festival, Everett Philharmonic, Olympic Ballet, the Dance School, the Village Theater, the Shack Art Center, 3231 Creatives, Imagine Children's Museum, the new Everett Symphony, the historic Everett Theater, Kid Stage, Pacifica Chamber Orchestra.
Kid Stage program, Village Theater Kid Stage program currently serves 1,300 students a year. And our work that we do in schools with our Pied Piper program serves about 24,000 students a year. We do in-school workshops. We bring kids to the theater. Kids get to perform in theater productions. They get to work with theater professionals in all aspects of design, direction, music direction. Yeah, they're just like crawling all over the Village Theater organization. It's really fantastic.
I started as a glassblower in the early 70s and was at Pilchuck. I started as a student and then a teaching assistant and was on staff there in the early 70s. But I kept getting promoted out of glassblowing into administration. So I was working in the office and not getting to blow glass. So in 1979, my wife and I left Pilchuck, where we were living, moved to Everett to open Covenant Art Glass. And actually, a fellow graduate student from when I was at Central told me how supportive of the arts Everett was, and we found that to be very true.
If you go online and Google Russell Day, you'll see many things, among them a wonderful video called Living Treasure that's from the Northwest Designer Craftsman series. And I'd encourage you to see that. It's wonderful. There are many of Russell's students as part of that, including some of our faculty. He is truly a treasure and a very important part of our community. And we're fortunate that Russell and his wife, Marjorie, are here this evening from Lacey, and I'd welcome you to come to the podium and receive your award.
If you didn't know it, I'm 102 years old and I don't advise it. Coming back to Everett today was a wonderful experience to see how far Everett has advanced in the beauty that you have chosen to surround yourselves with. Everett's a beautiful city, and I'm happy to know that I was a part of it.
In time and again, we've reaffirmed the importance of protecting the quality of life that makes Everett a vibrant, exciting community. I'm a firm believer in the importance of the arts in life in the city, not only supporting the arts, but making them accessible to all citizens. Promoting, supporting the arts is an essential service as anything that we do in municipal government. So my administration has steadfastly supported the arts over the past decade, even as many communities shuttered their programs during the economic downturn. We continue to expand our free music, arts, and cultural programs. I know many of you have attended the summer music concerts. Our children's concert series is now in its 26th year. We often see as many as 1,000 parents and children at each of the Silver Lake shows. Music at the marina draws crowds to our waterfront on our beautiful summer nights. Cinema under the stars is hugely popular with families at Silver Lake. Sorticulture has grown over the years into a regional draw with over 15,000 attendees this last year. Street tunes and word on the street programs are being interactive art to our downtown core. And of course, as Lainey alluded to, Everett has had a long tradition of supporting the arts and in fact was a trailblazer in this area. In 1974, Mayor Bob Anderson led an effort to establish a municipal government support for the arts, then described as aesthetic concerns in Everett. Mayor Anderson and the City Council put together an ad hoc group chaired by Dr. Richard Wendt to study culture, civic, and historic needs in Everett and to make recommendations. Out of that effort, the city formed the Cultural Arts Commission and the Historical Advisory Board. The council also unanimously approved an ordinance that established funding for the arts. At the time, the Everett Herald called it a landmark legislation that put Everett into an elite group of cities and counties throughout the nation who were willing to set aside a full 1% of capital funds for the acquisition of works of art.